happening, gamers? Welcome back to Power Rangers Megaforce here on the KwingsLetsPlays channel. And we're stronger than before.
Yay!
It's time for level 7, except on easy. Because while we're stronger, the game is harder. And
we're stronger than before, but so are the enemies.
Yes.
So there's virtually no difference.
I want to take this time to say that we are going to do a Forever Red episode because we really need to do one. Based on just the Red Rangers that were around for like the 15th anniversary.
Yeah.
Something like that, so. Awesome. They should be at the bottom of this lake!
That's right.
Don't be fooled by its natural beauty. It's full of pollution. Every rose has its thorn. And murky waters.
Especially in Detroit.
So, this is considered under the ocean. So, let's talk about the Forever Red movie. Here with using Andros and his Spiral Saber.
Alright,
who's voiced by Johnny Young Bosch. It's funny. It doesn't sound anything like Andros. Let's rock it! But anyway, Forever Red was a team-up, one episode that brought back all the Red Rangers, minus Rocky, because he was a replacement Ranger. And, they went to...
He was there, but didn't count as a person.
Right. They went to stop the remains of the, Machine Empire, or the Borg, or whatever they're called. I forget what their name is.
Yeah.
And Andros was spying on them, and Tommy, who's in retirement, is kind of like acting as the leader or something, which makes sense to have Tommy be the leader, a ranger in retirement, when Andros still has his powers and all this other stuff, and they don't explain how, like, the Rangers even get their powers back. They're just like, let's go to a mission on the moon! Or whatever.
Was Jason in it, or?
Yeah, Jason steals the show.
Oh.
Literally.
Nice.
But the reason why Tommy is all kind of laid back anyway is because of the whole Hexagon Rangers thing.
Oh, yeah.
That his character was supposed to be kind of like this guy who's like all cool. But Rocky was supposed to make a cameo, like at this club that Tommy owned. He was going to be Tommy's butler. So... Yeah,
so fitting.
If they did get him back, he was moving when they were filming the episode, or when they were, you know, doing that thing in New Zealand or something. So, oops, I failed. So I guess playing it on easy isn't gonna be enough. But yeah, Rocky was gonna be the butler of Tommy, and he was gonna be like Tommy was gonna be married to Kat or whatever. And some other Rangers might have made a cameo, but it was all about the Forever Red crew. That was the plan. So yeah, Forever Red is all about the Rangers fighting on the moon, of all places, to try and stop the Machine Empire from coming back.
This was a thing. Did this actually happen, or this was just a script?
No, this happened.
Wow. All right. I want to see this.
I can show you this episode. It's actually a pretty cool episode. I refuse to read again.
Fighting on the moon. They should be at the bottom of the lake. Blah, 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 blah.
Now, the Forever Red episode was also a team-up thing for the Power Rangers Wild Force series, which had the Red Ranger Cole, which a lot of people, they're on the fence about Cole. Cole was an interesting character, but I mean, a lot of people think he's pretty cool because Jason seemed to like Cole when he was working with him. But Jason, he shows up... I want to say near the middle of the episode, they're getting ready to board the Astro Mega Ship, and he is just kind of like, you weren't going to do this without the original Red Ranger, and, you know, he shows up on his motorcycle in his black leather jacket, and, you know, he's ready to do stuff. So, yeah, it was pretty cool.
I remember you talking about that part.
I was so excited. I was in high school when that episode came out, so I was like, man, this is awesome. And just seeing Austin St. John back in action.
Yeah, so that's how he would probably be, like, if he came back in another, Yeah,
it doesn't really fit his character. Like, I mean, having him go to that peace conference and him coming back and being a rebel.
Yeah.
It's not really, you know. So I guess that's what happens when a ranger gets fired. They end up, like, becoming kind of like a badnik or something. So...
Yes.
Because he was becoming a bad boy, which fits with what the Hexagon Rangers was going to be. He was going to be kind of this anti-hero, this independent guy. And that's kind of how he shows up. He's like... He's even talking in the Forever Red episode. Like, he says, I know who some of you are, and he's even talking to the Time Force Rangers, who are kind of like part of the not Galactic Guardians, but that police force. So he's familiar with those Rangers because they're law enforcement. But the other ones, he's like, I know some of you more, than others. Looking at the Time Force guys, like had a little scrapes with the law there,
Oh, I get it. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the team-up episode wasn't bad. They show all the Rangers can still fight, so they did some unmorph stuff, and then they had some really cool stuff on the moon.
They still matter.
They still matter, yeah.
Even though their shows are over.
Yeah.
They still exist.
So, I mean, mostly the episode in dialogue, the only ones who really spoke were Tommy, Jason, Andros, and Cole. Most of the other Rangers, they only said something, like, at the beginning. And, of course, like, coming in to do their, like, dubs. And even some of the Rangers that appeared on the moon, like the Aquitar Red Ranger and the Lost Galaxy Ranger, they were already morphed, so those were just stunt actors.
Oh, no.
And the guys came in to do the voice.
So, so they filmed it on location on the moon then, Kwing?
No.
I know.
No on-location moonness.
Oh, sadness. Now I don't want to see it anymore.
All right, well... What can you do? I mean, they tried. I'm sure they got the equipment up there, but it just didn't pan out.
I bet Saban would have enough money. I'm a billionaire. Let's go to the moon.
It's kind of a cheapskate, though, based on all our, making several $1 billion and not wanting to be unionized. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but that is cool. I want to see a battle on the moon. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'll show you the episode. I probably should have showed you the episode before this, but we're pressed for time, so...
Kwing, I can't believe you.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so they have the whole unmorph fight, and you see all the especially Andros, he looks really weird. Because the actor was actually gaining weight during this, and they have him in his, like, when he was a teenager in his skin-tight space uniform, and you could kind of see, like, the little beer belly and things like that as he's fighting, and he's kind of, like, his hair's receding a little bit, too, and he still has his ponytail and things like that, so it was just kind of like, middle-aged Rangers fighting, unmorphed. It was like, never show this again.
Did not want to see that.
Probably the best part.
Horrified. Yeah. No, my heroes.
The best.
They've gotten old.
Yeah, and Jason's like this big thing of all muscle.
Yeah.
He's like this big guy. It's like you could eat the other Rangers. Like he has muscles on top of muscles.
Yes.
And
you strike me down from the show, I'll become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so we're playing as now Tommy, because he was Zero Ranger 5 on the moon, and the Lost Galaxy guy who was already morphed or whatever. And I believe these guys actually teamed up together anyway. But anyway, what I was saying before, when the characters were speaking, the only ones who really had any dialogue that the camera even followed was the Red Space Ranger, Zero Ranger 5, and then Jason. And Jason, whenever Tommy spoke, they immediately went to Jason, and he basically said something that either Tommy left out because he's a horrible leader, or the camera was just like, Austin St. John's here. He has more screen presence than, Tommy. So we're just going to film
hey, you guys,
what Austin does.
The camera guy's just like turning over there. Sorry, this guy just looks more like the leader than you. Sorry, dude.
This guy looks like a believable Ranger,
It's like, I know it's in the script, but let's change it so it doesn't suck,
Oh, I actually, there were several variations of the Forever Red thing, and I'll talk about it later. But, yeah, whenever Tommy spoke, Jason said something, and he was the one who told them all, about Serpentera, Lord Zed's Zord, because Jason actually fought it by himself, which Serpentera was from the Die Ranger show, and the Red Thunder Zord, which I don't know the name of it in the Japanese, Sentai counterpart, but the Red Ranger fought against Serpentera by himself. So Jason, in the American counterpart, since that was his Zord, he was fighting against Serpentera by himself. So yeah.
So he's been there.
He's
he has
the man.
street cred.
No, Lost Galaxy Ranger died. Oh, this is terrible. I hate this. I hate this so much.
Sad. That little sad face is sad too.
That's the
Like, I'm disappointed with you.
that's the Goshi guy or whatever his name is.
Whatever.
He's like the Zordon character because Zordon's dead.
What?
Andros killed Zordon in Power Rangers in Space.
What?
Yeah, he smashed his tube. He like killed everyone.
Why?
All right, we gotta
He
bring
must be a
this
bad
down.
guy then.
Bring this down.
Oh, he was bad.
It's time for us to win. So that means we need to bring in Jason.
Yeah.
And we'll bring back Tommy because Tommy doesn't suck. Back to action. Okay, so after Jason told them about Serpentera or whatever, you know, they are heading to the moon. And what I found funny is they did the unmorphed fight inside a factory inside the moon. And it's like, how are you all not dead?
Yeah.
You know, I can understand if they're morphed.
Airtight or something.
No. I can understand if they're morphed, but they were on the moon, unmorphed, fighting, and it's like, no, I'm sorry. As unbelievable as Power Rangers is, this is just
I didn't
stupid.
even know there were factories on the moon.
Well, the Machine Empire took over the moon. The moon was kind of like Rita
okay.
Repulsa's base, then it became Lord Zed's base.
Oh yeah, Rita Repulsa's.
You know why? Because
Zed's
Saban was cheap,
factories.
and he just kept like basically reusing the same place for the villains. It was like a renting thing. If you think about it, Rita Repulsa was the original person who had the property, and then Lord Zed came in. She let him rent it after she went on vacation, meaning he like sent her far away.
Yeah.
Then she made a love potion, and they got married. So then she came back, and she's like, "All right, I'm not going to charge you rent anymore. You can.
Wow.
We're going to be here together." But when they leave again and they're kicked out by the Machine Empire, Rita's like, "Okay, you could totally rent the moon. I'm fine with that." So
first
King Mondo,
First it was subletted to Lord Zed, and then
subletted to the Machine Empire, and they expanded. They made factories. They added to the surplus population. Lots of little robot guys running all over the moon. And
but they would really have to have that airtight, like that warehouse.
Well, robots don't breathe oxygen.
Oh yeah, so I'm just saying. For
if they really wanted to defeat the Rangers, all they would have to do is come to our factory, come fight us unmorphed.
And then
No
take
oxygen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're dead. Then that's the end of Forever Red.
Oh, can we take our helmets off to fight you guys? Oh yeah, it's totally safe.
Tommy, wait! Don't do it.
Tommy.
All right, guys, I'm gonna lead us into this. Let's do this. Zit! Head explodes.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't the best leader after all.
Say it, Tommy. Say it. Okay, you were a better leader. No.
As Tommy's face explodes.
No.
Yeah, so I mean that's the only problem I had with the Forever Red episode is they were on the moon, unmorphed, fighting inside a factory, and it's like, whatever, dudes. No. So anyway, they do the roll call once the other Rangers show up after they've, done their unmorphed fight, and they show the flabby Rangers doing their thing.
They should have fought in an ice cream shop on the moon. That would have
been interesting.
Yeah.
They
could have space ice cream. The ice cream of the future.
Okay, you're kind of throwing me off here.
Continue.
Okay, so I forget who shows up. I don't remember who's in the episode. All right, we're going with Jason as my backup. Because the Samurai Rangers and the Hurricane Rangers, or whatever they were called, Ninja something, they weren't in it. Because they were in the next series after Wild Force, I think. I don't know, though. I'm not 100% sure anymore. I don't know my Ranger lore anymore. Time for Time Force, though. Because people are like, play as different Rangers. So fine.
Fine.
As long as I get to have Jason as my backup, I'll play as a different Ranger.
Time Force guy looks cool.
Well, he uses like Quasar Sabers or something. He has 2 of them.
Nice.
Or wait, no. No, that's wrong. I don't remember the name of the sabers.
They look cool.
I think Quasar Sabers was Lost Galaxy or something.
So he uses lightsabers?
No, they're like clock hands.
Oh.
Because they're Time Force Rangers. They, they control time. That means if they wanted to, they could prevent Jason, Trini, and Zach from going to the peace conference and have Rocky, Aisha, and Adam go instead. Then none of that would have happened. But I like the idea.
Their childhood would have been safe.
Yes, why, Time Force? Why? They also could go and prevent the Morphing Grid or Zordon from being killed too if they wanted to. But it's like they're not going to interfere with what Saban has made known.
Yeah.
So basically after they fight all the cogs, they realize, okay, we have to morph and fight all these guys. So they morph and they have this epic battle on the moon, and I just remember Jason was teamed with Cole, which is a Wild Force Ranger, and for whatever reason he decided to help the rookie, and he even calls him rookie repeatedly. He's like, all right, rookie, I'm gonna show you how it's done, and he kicks some major butt, like doing all this really amazing stuff that he never did in the show. Like being able to run and kick in midair like 8 times.
Wait, who does this again?
Jason.
Oh, okay.
Either he used the moon's gravity, or it was like, we didn't really realize the type of abilities Jason could do as a Red Ranger.
Yeah.
Because it was like gravity defying.
Yeah, maybe he used part of the moon's gravity.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I really don't.
I guess we'll never know.
No. But he was like, hang back, rookie, and do this and that, and then he let Cole beat him, and it was like, okay, I can see what they're doing by trying to make the Wild Force guy, since it's his season, it's his show, even though they bring back the awesome Rangers, Cole is the one that's gonna do everything. So Cole is the one who finishes off that guy.
Yeah.
Or, well, kind of. I mean, they're fighting the Machine Empire guy who's behind this whole, like, evil alliance thing. Tommy's fighting with the Lost Galaxy guy, and all the other Rangers are teaming up with one another to beat, like, essentially Beetleborgs and all this other stuff, and it's like, okay, we get it.
Though, all the fighting footage that you were talking about, was that made in, was that taken from the Sentai from Japan, or that was new footage that was just
I believe that the anniversary episode is all Saban stuff.
Wow.
I don't think that it was a Sentai thing, because they did a Red Rangers thing in the Sentai universe, but it was like 20 Red Rangers. This was only like 12.
Oh.
So
yeah,
there were more Sentai shows. Actually, there probably would have been about 25 Red Rangers in the Sentai one. So this is a completely different thing.
Well, he never did get to show his real abilities because he got kicked off the show too fast.
It wasn't too fast. It was 100 episodes, or 88. 88 episodes.
Yeah, but most of them was just with Eeyore.
Eeyore.
No. Most of them was just with... yeah, exactly.
You're terrible. We need more
Everyone already hates me in the comments. It's fine.
I'll play as Lost Galaxy and these guys. Although I'm probably gonna die. I think I'm gonna die, but we're gonna try anyway. It's not my fault that the enemies got harder, okay, people? I'm trying to show other Rangers as best I can.
I can't believe the enemies got harder, Kwing. It's all your fault.
Yeah, it is.
Why did you make it so the enemies got harder?
I should have spent more time leveling up the characters. I'm sorry. Okay? I didn't want to.
I spent so much time on this series. I put my effort into it.
Well, the Red Rangers.
No, I'm just totally joking.
All the Rangers, aside from the pirate guys, they're all the same. They're just clones.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you only really need to level up one Red Ranger and then just play as the Super Megaforce or Mighty Morphin characters, because they're all the same.
Long time.
But yeah, anyway, in the battle, Jason and Cole's guy survives, and he goes inside Serpentera. So Jason's like, we need to get back to the Astro Megaship. And they're like, there's not any time. And Cole's like, I'm gonna do something crazy and take my little glider that's so much smaller than a Megaship or a Megazord, and I'm gonna destroy Serpentera. And the crazy thing is, he actually did it.
Wow.
He destroys Serpentera on like this little surfboard, and all the Rangers are like, not bad. And Jason's like, not bad, rookie. And I'm just thinking, okay,
wow.
I know this is a Wild Force Rangers show, but Jason had to take on Serpentera with a Megazord. The other Rangers had to take it on with a Megazord, and they barely survived. And you're telling me a brand new Ranger who hasn't been a Red Ranger for very long is going to get on a glider and destroy Serpentera? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Continuity. It doesn't make sense.
Continuity.
Oh yeah, continuity, not continuity.
Continuity.
I just made up a new word. Continuity. Wow.
We'll give him another shot.
That's my thing. To mess up.
Gonna have to team up with Jason though. That's the only way.
I'm here to say dumb things to make you look better, Luke.
I appreciate that.
Just doing my part.
Okay, so Cole, which is not pictured here, destroys Serpentera, and they all go back to Earth, and Tommy is like, everybody, thanks so much for a great job, and he says, you're all dismissed, and Cole's like, wow, so that's the greatest ranger of all time, and Jason, Andros, and TJ are like, what? And they're telling all their stories, and Jason had a stupid line, though. Austin St. John was like, I was doing all the work when he was kissing on Kimberly at the juice bar. And it's like, that's a stupid line for the veteran ranger.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, no. I mean, he did do all the work, essentially. Tommy would be the character who comes in to help when things were like really dire and the Rangers needed some extra firepower. And then he either fails or he leaves.
Yeah.
Whines about losing his powers. And Jason's there the whole time, you know. He even had a Zord that he could fight by himself. He didn't even have to join the other Rangers. Especially his his Tyrannosaurus beat Dragon Zord. And his Thunder Dragon Zord, whatever, fought Serpentera and other monsters by himself. So in terms of experience or whatever, Jason really didn't need Tommy. But you know, he leaves on the peace conference, whatever. Let's see, who else says something? Andros' original line was, I killed Zordon, what about that? But it was like, I saved the entire universe, how about that? And it just didn't have the same impact. And TJ was like, I was the one who replaced him, because he did replace him as the Red Turbo Ranger. And I have to say that Turbo was a better show once the older Rangers left, because they brought in fresh blood, you had younger characters, it was the whole teenager thing all over again. And it just made sense, because before it was like Tommy became a race car driver by day, and Kat was like a school teacher, and Adam was... I don't know what Adam's job was.
Oh no, so they were growing up and they had to be normal, like boring adults.
Yeah.
No!
Yep.
That's not a cool version of Power Rangers.
The one thing that always bugged me about Turbo, though, the Zeo Rangers never lost their powers. And they made it look like the Turbo powers were better than Zeo. It's like the Zeo crystals continue to get more powerful every time you use them. So essentially, I mean, all the Rangers would have to do is after dinner, before bed, you know, just like get in Ranger form and go to sleep, and they'll level up in their sleep. You know, the Zeo crystals are... It's like being a Saiyan or something from Dragon Ball Z. They'll just keep getting more powerful, but they off it like... Every power that came after is more powerful than the previous ones, and I always hated that about the Saban shows. So it was like, because the Zeo powers were amazing.
Power
And
Rangers Lost Galaxy.
yeah, I know it's you, Johnny Young Bosch, being all the Rangers. Psh.
Oh, you.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, leveled up a few levels there.
Yeah, you did. Let's see, where was it going with this? I don't really remember. Oh, I know. So, yeah, that's how the episode ends. And then they actually had a different way to write the episode, which was interesting. This never happened, but Austin St. John was talking with the writers, and he was like, I would totally be okay with you guys killing off my character, like doing something really drastic, and they're like, no, we can't do it. But in the original script, Austin St. John's character, Jason, was supposed to die on the moon. Like, there was going to be, like, a tragedy involved with Power Rangers, and he died in the script. And what was interesting is at the end of the episode, Tommy was going to call Kimberly, who was with Jason. Like, they were together.
Yeah.
And he was going to tell her, you know, Jason died in battle heroically or whatever, saving... Because Cole was going to do something stupid because he's a rookie, right? And Jason was going to leap to defend the kid. And he was gonna die. And Austin was like, I think that's really cool, you know, it would be awesome. And then he's thinking, I never have to come back to the show anymore either, because my character will be dead. You know, but they were like, no, it's too extreme for a kid show. So instead of Jason getting killed by Serpentera and, like, you know, essentially saving everybody and dying. He could have
done like what Iron Man did in the Adventures, except for Iron Man actually then survived.
Yeah, Iron Man survived.
But you thought he was gonna die, so it was like,
or what Batman always did in the Justice League series.
You just take, you know, he's like, no, I'm gonna do this by myself. It's okay, don't worry about me. And then like dramatic music, and then everyone's like, He's so amazing. Iron Man is the best.
Well, yeah, everybody, even
everyone loves a hero who risks his life.
On his tombstone it said, "Here lies the best Ranger of all time, best Red Ranger." You know, Jason. So that's what was supposed to happen to Jason. He was going to die. And when I read that, it was like I was thinking, I don't want that because I don't want us, the character to die. But at the same time, the impact that would have had.
Yeah.
Because there's really no U.S. Ranger that stayed dead.
Yeah.
If you think about it, they all came back to life at the end of the season. I think that would have been
nice for us in St. John, because then he wouldn't have to worry about all this stuff, all this
being compared to Tommy anymore.
Yeah, and also just he wouldn't have to always have people calling him like, oh, you should really, come back and do this one and do this cameo, and I would want to be done with it. If somebody let me go from the show, I'd be like, I never want to come back to this again.
Well, I don't
move on with my life.
I know that he's in talks to come back for whatever it's called, Dino Charge, but like I said, I want him to be the Tyrannosaurus Red Ranger in a team-up movie with the Dino Thunder cast and the Dino Charge, just like they did in the Japan thing. You don't need to... I mean, you can even have him be the mentor and still secretly be the original Red Ranger, because their powers have all been restored, as you saw in Super Megaforce, because Jason and the original Mighty Morphin helped out Super Megaforce during the legendary battle. And Tommy, of all people, had his Green Ranger Dragon powers back, so... The Mighty Morphin powers exist.
Yeah.
Just like all the other powers now. So there's no reason they would be like, all right, I'm coming back to be your mentor like Tommy, and I'm going to get new Ranger powers. It's like, no, stop doing that.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's just like they randomly changed the backstory. The backstory used to be this for this one, but we're going to randomly change it again, even though there's... Yeah, no continuity at all.
I don't want them to do that.
It doesn't have to make sense.
No, it does, it's Power Rangers. It's a kid's show. Why does it need to make sense?
Kids don't care.
Because I grew up with it. That's why it needs to make sense.
Kids do care.
Yeah. But yeah, that was Forever Red in a nutshell. Because
Power Rangers doesn't make sense.
They hinted in the Power Rangers Turbo movie that Jason and Kimberly were dating, that they were an item, and she was over Tommy. Tommy was with Kat or whatever. And Jason, I guess he didn't really stay with that girl that he met at the end of Zeo when he lost his powers. So, I mean, that thing with Kimberly, it would also explain why Kimberly never comes back to Angel Grove, because Jason died defending the Earth, Yeah. But, again, none of that happened, so...
Yeah, whatevs.
It could have been. It would have been interesting, but...
We won't allow your villainy anymore.
Yeah. Oh, Skeletor. They're all useless! I'll just beat you myself! Bright slap! Anyway, gamers, that's going to conclude this episode of Super Megaforce. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about Forever Red. I challenge you guys to go watch the episode. It's pretty cool. And if you think the ending where the Red Ranger died, the original one, if that would be interesting, let me know in the comments below. And we'll see you tomorrow with another Power Rangers Super Megaforce. God bless and happy gaming.
See ya!